Hello and welcome back, dear students. Now we'll start our fourth chapter, metals and non-metals. So in this chapter we'll talk about the properties of metals and non-metals. So first let's start with metals. See here, nickel, rubidium, copper, gold, these are the examples of metals. Welcome back, dear students. Now we'll start our fourth chapter, materials, metals and non-metals. In this chapter we'll talk about the properties of metals and non-metals. So let's start with metals. You can see here nickel, rubidium, copper, gold. These are the few examples of metals. Now we'll talk about the physical properties of metals. See here, metals have luster. This means they are shiny. Means metals are having the characteristics, the properties to shine. They are lustrous. Metals are ductile, means metals can be drawn into wires. Metals are having the property of ductility, means the property of metal by which it can be drawn into wires. Okay. Next is malleable. Metals can be hammered into sheets, means it is the property of metal by which they can be beaten into thin sheets, and this property of metals are called malleability. Metals have the high melting point. They are also very dense. Next property of metals are they are dense and are having a high melting point. Under the next property of metals, that metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, means they can pass the heat and electricity through them. Another characteristics of metals are they are sonorous, means the property of metal by which it can produce ringing sound on being struck, and that property is called sonority or property of sonorous. Metals are the best conductors of heat. See here, this is because the electrons in metals move more freely than in non-metals, allowing the heat energy to travel across the metals. Why metals are called good conductors of heat? Because they allow the electrons to move freely as compared to the non-metals. Metals are good conductor of electricity. Copper, silver and gold are good conductor of electricity. In a conductor, electric current can flow freely. Since metals have free electrons, they can carry a charge easily. So here it is saying that metals like copper, silver, gold, they can carry electrons in them and they allow the electrons to move into them freely. That's why they are called good conductors of electricity. Most of the wires are also made up of copper because they transfer electricity from one end to another end. Under properties of metal, another property came, which is chemical property of metal. It is its reaction with water and oxygen. This results in corrosion and rust, means whenever the metals like iron comes into contact with air and water, they gets corroded, and that process is called corrosion, and the metal gets rust. Now we'll talk about non-metals. Here are the few examples of non-metals like sulfur, nitrogen, bromine, selenium. These are the examples of non-metals. Properties of non-metals. Non-metals do not have luster. They are dull. As like metals are having the property of lustrous, means they can shine. But if we'll talk about non-metals, they are dull. They do not have luster. Brittle. Non-metals are brittle, so they break easily. This means non-metals are not ductile or malleable. On being hammered, they got broken down because they are brittle. Means non-metals are brittle, so they break easily. This means metals are not ductile or malleable. They cannot be drawn into wires, or they cannot be hammered to get into thin sheets because they breaks down easily. Next property of non-metals is non-metals have low density. They are having low melting point and low density. Property of non-metals: they also have a low melting point. This is why they are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Because of the low density, lower melting point, non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity. If we look upon the examples of non-metals like plastics, woods, they used to break down easily, and that's why they are having low melting point, low density, and they cannot pass the heat and electricity through them. That's why they are called poor conductors of heat and electricity.